Hi, I'm Ahmed Eldawah,
I'm Jake Glasser.
and this is another
Another
podcast.
podcast.
Today, we are going to be talking about Holy Grail.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
It's a good movie. I love that movie.
However, before we get into that,
Yes.
I just want to make a little mention because,
Elephant in the room.
yeah, the elephant in the room, the wonderful Pete Peterson is not joining us today.
Yeah.
He was preoccupied, unfortunately. I know you're all very upset about that,
Disappointed. Yeah.
mainly because the only reason you're probably watching this is because of Pete, but we won't hold that against you. I just wanted to take this time to say that in the last episode, I was not present, and I apologize for that. And Pete was frankly, a little harsh on me.
Just a bit. Just a tad.
Just a little bit. But I would like to say that formally, I respect his comments that were made.
I don't.
I endorse them.
I don't.
I stand behind them.
I really don't.
And he is very much right in this situation.
I feel like that's wrong.
And he has done nothing wrong, and it's all my fault.
Nope. Nope.
I would like to go on to say that as he is not present here in this episode, that is completely excusable.
Is it?
There is no double standard present here, and if you think there is, you're probably not thinking correctly. So now that we've addressed that, we can probably move on. Just one more quick mention. We're gonna drop the sarcasm a little bit. Pete did get me these bracelets, which go very well with my current hairstyle.
Yeah.
As if I didn't already look, like a particular type of person, which I do. Now I really do, because I have this jacket, this hair, and now some fancy schmancy chakra aligning bracelets.
Yeah.
Which I do actually like, and I may
they're really
wear.
cool,
I may end up wearing
but,
pretty consistently because I am a big fan.
I mean, it pulls the look together, though.
You think so?
It really does.
I may have to stick with it in that case.
Yeah.
But yeah, just in all seriousness, Pete, we love you.
I don't.
Ahmed doesn't, but you know how he can be. It's all right. I do want to thank you for the bracelets if you are watching this.
He didn't get me anything.
Did he not get you anything?
I'm not that I know of.
Oh, but you got him that one of those big guitar pick things, right?
Maybe.
That I saw.
I was trying to be, not like you guys who show off the things that you want to bring onto the podcast.
I addressed this in 2 of the other episodes. I said, I know it's totally shameless, but I wanted to capture the reactions.
Yeah, but like your friend said.
No, it's still shameless.
It's still shameless.
All right. No,
it's okay.
You're not wrong.
I'm not real. I don't want to. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
We should probably get a move on.
Oh yeah, we should probably. Quick mention, because we could get into Holy Grail, but I want to talk. Have you seen any movies recently that we're not really going to talk about on the podcast? But I want to do a little segment just talking about So have you seen any movies recently that you don't think we're going to talk about on the podcast, but you kind of want to mention?
I guess so. I watched recently, and it's been out.
Yeah.
But I hadn't seen it. Is Split, which is the movie that comes before Glass, which is new. It's M. Night Shyamalan.
Yes.
Did. And I like horror movies a lot. It wasn't really what I was expecting. I enjoyed it. It was interesting to see James McAvoy play that type of character, characters, plural.
I haven't gotten a chance to see any of those in those series.
Well, now it makes me want to see the new one.
I've heard mixed reviews on it, but you never know until you watch it.
That's true. That's the main one. The only other thing I watched recently was not Despicable Me. It was Hotel Transylvania 3.
Of course. Classic.
I have not seen any of the other ones, so it was really confusing.
Yeah, it would.
Because I didn't have any context for it.
Wait, why did you just randomly watch Hotel Transylvania 3?
Because it was
That's a classic movie that people love to watch.
Because it was on Netflix, and I don't know.
There are a lot of movies on Netflix, Jake.
Yeah, I know, but it's Hotel Transylvania 3.
Probably have the other ones.
You don't understand. It has Adam Sandler as Dracula.
Yeah, but you could have watched them in order, probably. I bet they probably have the other.
Why would I do that, Ahmed?
You know what?
That would make sense.
I couldn't answer that question. Nothing else, really?
You don't understand. It's all about the spiritual energy, dude. That's you have to watch movies out of order because we see time as a singular pathway when in fact time is constant and time is all happening at once. But the human perception of time is relative.
What are you going on about? Okay, so I'm just going to move on to what I watched recently. First of all, a thing that I just kind of want to mention, because it was really good, is I finally watched Coco.
Oh, was it good?
And I really like it. Have you seen Coco?
No, I haven't. I want to, though.
It's so good. It brought me to tears. Very few things can bring me to tears, but I wanted to cry, and I hated the movie for it, but I love the movie for it. You know what I mean?
Sometimes a good movie like that will do that. I mean, that was something I watched recently, and I've seen it before, but it makes me cry. Is The Green Mile. It's got Tom Hanks in there.
I don't think I've seen that one. I need to.
It's really good. It's one of my favorites, out of any movie that I've seen.
Yeah. And another movie, I watched it the other day, and you were technically supposed to go see this with me, but you had to do some work, which is cool.
I was busy.
I ended up going with Malcolm. I don't know his last name. But
Eckel. Malcolm Eckel.
Yeah.
He may show up on the podcast one of these days.
He might. And we might end up actually talking about this movie, so maybe I shouldn't talk about it. But we watched the new Dragon Ball Z Broly movie.
Well, see, that's interesting because you don't know the series, do you?
No, I do. I've watched Dragon Ball Z Kai, and I watched most of Dragon Ball Super.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I watched a good amount of Dragon Ball Super. And I'll try not to spoil it here in case any of you are big anime fans and you want to go see it.
I want to go see it. Don't spoil it.
And I know you want to go see it as well, so I won't spoil it.
I'm a big Dragon Ball fan, and relatively recently, but I am a big fan.
The thing I'll say about it is it has some really fun fight scenes, some really poor CGI.
I heard that. I heard about that.
That's a lot of anime movie type things. They kind of overuse the CGI, and then it doesn't turn out very well. But and to be honest, I realized that you really do need to be I'm glad that I do know Dragon Ball Z pretty well because I was able to follow along. But if you didn't,
I'm sure it was super confusing.
You have no idea what's going on. They're going through forms like that.
I'm sure. Well, it's all fanfare.
Yeah, it's all. I mean, obviously, it's all for the fans, which is why they did it. But if you don't know, if we forced Pete to watch this movie, he'd be like, "Wait, what? Why did this happen? Wait, who is this?"
His head would spin.
He would have no idea what was going on. So that's kind of where I am with that movie. I also think that sometimes things just kind of happen, and not as in they happen for no reason, but as in there's the pacing,
plot convenience.
Yeah, a lot of it's very.
That's all of Dragon Ball.
Yeah. But it's the pacing of the entire movie gets thrown off. It starts off really well paced because I don't think this is much of a spoiler. It starts off on Planet Vegeta as a flashback, and that part is really well paced. And then it gets to the present day, and that's where the pacing just gets completely thrown out of whack. So that's that's where I'll leave that. But I think if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, then I think it's definitely worth seeing, and I definitely think you should see it so that we could talk about it extensively on the podcast next time Pete's not around. So
okay, I mean, yeah, I'd love to talk about it. I'd love to see it. I am a big Dragon Ball fan, but that'll probably have to wait.
Probably.
Just one last thing before I know we keep saying, one more thing.
Yeah.
But the actual final thing before we jump into talking about Holy Grail. So a little while back, we had people request what movies they want us to do. And I brought in a couple selections. By far, and I say by far, but it was really 2 to none votes in the comments collectively. It was all for B movie. So,
I knew it was.
So
it.
So B movie's coming up. Get excited.
Actually, we don't have anything planned for next week. It might as well be next week.
You want to just do it next week?
Yeah, let's just do it next week. Next week, B movie because we hate ourselves.
Don't quote us on that.
Don't quote us on that.
We'll see.
But yeah. I don't want to watch B movie. Mm-hmm. It's a bad movie, Jake.
No, you don't understand. It's really good.
We could have watched Dougal. I would have been fine with Dougal. Dougal's terrifying.
We're still gonna watch Dougal.
Oh, we're definitely gonna watch Dougal. But
mark my words, we're gonna watch Dougal. Enough stalling.
Yes.
We need to get into the.
Okay. So first of all.
We're
not going to bother with spoiler free because one, it's kind of a skit movie, and it's not
been
really
out
about
for a bajillion years.
Yeah, so yeah, if you haven't seen Holy Grail and you want to, it's on Netflix. So
Watch it.
go watch it, then come back here and see our thoughts.
Go check it out.
So first things first, your thoughts.
I've seen it a million times and I love it every time. Like, it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
What more do I say about it? I guess
a bit more. We have a podcast to fill.
All right. I don't need any back sass. For those of you who don't know about Monty Python, they were a comedy troupe from England who were, I want to say, is it 80s?
Like 80s,
Popular?
yeah. Like
I'm sure that's
somewhere
wrong.
around
Someone tell me how wrong I am in the comments.
Might be 70s or 80s, yeah.
But they had a bunch of long-running success and a bunch of really, really popular bits that they would do. They got their own sort of serial thing that they worked on and then ended up doing a bunch of movies. And Monty Python and the Holy Grail is one of them. And it's basically a parody of the tale of King Arthur searching for the Holy Grail and all that. It's just a fun ride. There's some really oddball stuff in there.
Yeah.
But I mean that's what makes it work. It's a
There's
very
some-
specific
yeah.
type of comedy.
Yeah. I really love it because it's it's British comedy, and I'm a big fan of British comedy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've read the skits that I've written.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much every single one of my skits
That's
is like inspired by British comedy, specifically Tomska, mostly Tomska. I really love Tomska.
It's all about Jack and Dean.
I do love Jack and
Go
Dean.
subscribe to Jack and Dean.
I
love them.
Subscribe to both of them. They're both really good skit
They
channels.
just put out their at the time of filming this, they just put out their like yearly recap video, which is those are my favorites.
I love that one.
The good, the bad, and the just plain other parts of, and then the name of the year.
Yeah.
Go check that out. All right, enough
That's
plugging
really good.
stuff.
And all right, so personally, I also really enjoy. I haven't seen it like a million times. I saw it once before, and then once again for the podcast, and I really enjoy it. I think it's a really good movie. It's arguably it's more of a collection of skits than a movie, but
It is. It's like it's vignettes, but they are related. Actually, not all of them are. Some of them are just they
Some
come out
them
of
are kinda-
nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere. But it's generally speaking mostly connected for the most part, and it comes together in the end. So I think it's a really good movie as it is. Let's start. What's our favorite sort of parts of the movie? Because it's basically a whole bunch of skits. So let's say what's our favorite sort of skit or part of the movie,
Favorite parts.
which is difficult, but I hope you thought about it.
I like the recurring gag where there's the narrator basically explaining things, and then the guys come by on horseback, and like it's the joke that ties through to the very end of the film. These guys come in on horseback and they slice his throat, I think, or something. Like they cut him with sharp objects and then keep riding. And then there are scenes where he's just kind of lying there, and then like between each set of scenes in the main story, like you see like his wife finds him, and then the police show up, and the whole movie ends with like there's these two armies converging on one another, and then it's like, you know, maybe not medieval, but whatever that era would be.
Right.
And then
That's
right
medieval.
and then right in the middle of that, you have all of the police show up and just sort of stop the film in its tracks. The cop puts his hand over the camera.
Yeah, that was
and everything.
That was really fun. I enjoyed that. I think my favorite sort of part or like scene overall is the peasant scene where he's coming upon a peasant and he's like, "Who lives in that castle over there?" And it's like, nobody. And it's just like a entire commentary on the like monarchy, and I love it.
Yeah, that is a good scene.
It's great. It's like
there's a line. We're not allowed to curse on here, so I won't say the full line. I'll amend it slightly. But there's a line where they see like King Arthur go by, and it's just like, I think that's the king, or he says like, I think that guy's royalty or something. It's like, how do you know? He doesn't have crap all over him, like, because that's literally that's how it worked back then, and that's pseudo how it works now. Granted, it's much better than it's been, but I mean, we're not going to get into that whole debate.
Here's not the place. But yeah, I just really love that skit because it's just, and I don't have it memorized, sadly. I've seen it twice. So, but that's sort of my favorite part. I think that's just really good. The opening itself is actually really good, where it's like,
is someone at the door?
"Where did you get a coconut?"
Oh, that's another running gag, right? There's definitely someone at the door. Wait. Oh, okay, never mind. Let's just keep going.
That's definitely nobody.
I'm totally not about to set up someone's entrance or anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so one other thing that we have to talk about is there's some really, really strong casting in this film. I mean, like the people in this are fantastic, and they kind of remind me of
What? Sorry.
My God, speak of the devil.
What
It's
was going
Speak
on?
of the
Did you just
devil.
say? Hold on.
It's
I
Pete
had, I
Peterson.
had to pop in because you just said casting.
Yeah,
It's Monty Python.
yeah, I know.
It's just the
I
people
would-
from Monty.
You
It's
didn't
not
hear
like
you didn't hear my setup. I was like, there's some. The casting's fine because it's Monty Python. The whole setup was. Are you gonna make me break this down for you?
yes,
All right.
break it down because I didn't understand and I just
Okay,
got
I was
angry.
like, the casting in this movie is really good. I mean, there's some really strong actors, kind of like, and then that was when you came in and I said,
Oh.
speak of the devil, it's Pete
Oh,
Peterson.
okay.
But
Alright,
you
bye.
dropped that ball, so, no, don't leave. We gotta keep rolling with it now.
what?
Say hello.
No.
Where did you go?
Bye.
To the, on the, oh,
Cool. So he just.
Wait. Hold on. Let's. I want to emerge from the depths of the table actually. So let's roll that all the way back.
Go all the way back. Cool.
Ahmed, keep all of this in, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
What's
Oh,
your,
he's just
what's,
gonna-
what's your cue to come? Oh, whoa.
I don't
What?
I'll just do it.
He'll just do it.
All right,
Okay.
I'll cue you again, but
We're
I'll
just
make it
gonna keep
a
all this
little more obvious this time.
Okay.
It's just like I don't know, man. I know we're talking about Monty Python and everything, but I'm feeling like a lull in the podcast. It just feels like we need more energy. We need more personality.
I don't
to show up.
see what you're seeing.
Wait, what is that noise? Who could it be?
What?
My God! It's that guy from the Gap commercial.
Did you just get birth from the table?
It's the guy from the Old Navy ads, where he's jumping around with his dog and he's wearing the jeans that are on sale.
It's every stereotypical white person in any movie ever.
It's Pete Peterson. Pete Peterson, welcome.
I was gonna do, I don't know, something, but then I popped up and then you guys just started roasting me. You just started
Oh,
going
okay.
on
So
me.
you can deal it out, but you can't take it. Is that how it works?
Pretty much.
Exactly.
You heard
Jake,
it here first,
Jake.
folks.
I'm white.
So am I. It's just different kind of white. I'm like European. Well, we're both European.
You're
white.
Jewish
I'm-
though, so
I'm
you've
Eastern.
been oppressed.
That doesn't give me that doesn't give me a free pass to be
No.
like a bad person.
No,
or anything.
but my point is that like my white people, my white people,
The Aryan race.
they've
to be specific.
they've been on top and oppressing for all this time, and then every time that they get like a little bit, it's like a little bit of backlash. It's like the biggest deal in the world, you know.
This is like the most schizophrenic episode we've done yet, and that's saying something because they're.
Anyway, let's talk about
been-
these white people in their movie about white people.
This is a movie about white people.
This is a movie of white people.
I don't think
hopefully
there's a single
that's-
non-white person in this movie.
no,
So this is
there
a,
isn't.
this
Yeah,
is a
I
great
don't-
episode
I don't
to bring
know
up
if there
race.
is.
There is.
I think there are French people, but I think they're
I don't-
played by white people.
French
but
people are white.
I meant.
people.
Let me
also-
try that again.
You-
They're
you
French
under-
people,
you
but they're
understand-
played by Brits.
What do you mean you think?
So,
you guys clearly you have like a 0% understanding about what Monty Python is. You know that like the majority of those characters are played by like the same people. Like,
Yeah, that's
over
what
and
I'm-
over
that's
again.
what I'm
But,
saying.
and they're all British.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
So what do you mean you think?
I
Yes,
wasn't,
they're all
I wasn't
British.
sure because like I'm not 100% sure if it's the same people in all the different costumes. Like there's a scene on the tower where they're looking for the Grail and they go up and they're like, "We're looking for the Grail," and then they say the French guys are like, "We already have one."
Yes.
But I
Yeah, that's the same guy as Lancelot.
okay
But you should know
Sure.
that.
why
You should know that.
why should I have to know that? Why are you
Because
mad?
it's Monty Python. Everyone knows that. Everyone.
Dude, it's not like
It's
Bill
John
Murray.
Cleese.
It's not like Bill Murray randomly showed up in this movie. You don't have the right to get this angry.
Okay, no, I totally get the right. I have the right to get. It's John Cleese.
Use your words.
Call it a hunch, but I think Pete's feeling a little nettled right now.
John. Okay, I had to pop in because you guys were freaking. God. I mean, it sounds so pretentious and like an asshole.
All right,
but it's
Pete.
like really
You
bothering
mean
me.
as usual?
Okay, no. It's let's hear what he has to say, Pete.
It's
Do we?
it's
Pete?
it's
Pete.
just like
Pete.
I don't know
How would you like to save this podcast? Because
I don't
we
know.
are
I
on
didn't- I
we are
didn't-
on a downward
I
dive
didn't.
right now.
I wasn't. How long have you been we've been rolling?
Too long.
Okay,
Too long.
because I wasn't here. I was under the table
Yeah.
The whole time.
The whole time.
or something. But
What would you like to say about the
hold on,
movie?
what time is it?
Uh,
We have like half an hour.
It is
Well-
currently 4 o'clock.
I'm just upset now.
Do you want to voice your concern
No,
by talking
no,
about the movie?
no.
He'll just sit here and be genuinely upset while we continue talking.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay, continue talking.
All right,
and
hold really harsh eye contact with the camera the whole time.
Okay, you know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna let you guys keep talking. Just ignore me. But every time you say anything that upsets me, I'm gonna get really mad. But I'm not gonna explain or like defend myself or give my reasons why. I'm just gonna get mad and say mean things about you. All right,
Dude,
continue.
your head's going to explode if you try to keep all that in.
Continue.
Okay. Anyway, actually, funny thing, because he mentioned John Cleese. I think this is a thing that John Cleese did. Is that the scene? I think it was on the bridge where they're like trying to cross, and then the whole 3 questions thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're trying to get the fog exactly right, and like the filmmakers keep going like, no, we have to reshoot this scene. The fog isn't right. The fog effect isn't right. And he just like turns to them, and then he says, "Is the fog funny?" And I thought that was a very prominent, very important thing. I feel like that's a sort of good thing for filmmaking in general. Like, is it funny? Like, sort of, is it important?
That
like,
is an interesting point to bring up. You need to make sure your priorities are in check.
So yeah.
And Pete, I don't want to make you angry or anything.
No.
That would be the last thing.
Don't even reference me. Just keep talking.
Sorry. I wouldn't want to make any anonymous present viewing parties angry.
Right.
Because why would I want to do that?
I don't know.
But I would just like to talk about how this movie has just such crazy casting in it. I mean, I think Robert Downey Jr. shows up in there. Tom Holland showed up. He wasn't even born yet, but he was there.
I think Asa Butterfield was the weirdest casting decision that I saw. I don't even know how he was there.
For some reason, they had Carrot Top do the voice of the coconut, which, it was like a bold move, but I kind of appreciate it in retrospect.
He nailed it, I think. I think he
hats
really
off
got
to Carrot Top.
Yeah, hats off to him.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much more to say about it. It's a really good movie, especially being that, DC puts out all of these other movies that are just, they take themselves too seriously, but finally,
I think,
they're starting to.
I think
ease
it
up.
really got better when they were run by Fox.
This doesn't bother me because I know you're just
What? I'm a what? What am I doing, Pete? I'm sorry.
You've really turned on me.
Yeah. Do you know why? when you have two abusive parents, and then the abusive parents abuse their child as the child grows up, how do you think the child's gonna turn out?
Me? How am I abusive?
Okay, it's
why
very
are we
clear.
your parents?
You're the mother, and you're the other mother, and I'm like the young, beautiful. I'm like the Oliver Twist, except I was adopted, but I've been tortured and by your harsh.
Have you read Oliver Twist, or are you just saying?
My
things?
dad was Oliver Twist in his 3rd grade musical.
That wasn't an answer to my question.
Anyway,
Shout out to my dad.
what is the fog? What does the fog matter? I wish I want to listen back through all of you guys' talking. I'm probably just gonna get mad at you guys, but I don't know. That's just because I'm in an angry mood.
I'm sorry, dude.
Don't touch me.
All right, you have to cut that out. Not the face, never the face.
Okay.
What do you want to talk about now?
What was I talking? I don't remember.
You're talking about the fog.
Well, no, hold on, Pete. What do you want to talk about? Because like
What's your favorite
in all
scene in Monty
seriousness,
Python?
like
My favorite quote from Monty Python is the
last scene, but yeah,
she
whatever.
turned me into a newt.
I got better.
I got better. A newt. Yeah.
She's a witch. Burn her. Burn the witch.
What? What do you know about witches?
That's probably my favorite.
What
scene.
else floats? Wood or what is it? It's
He
like
says- How do you find out if it's like this long step-by-step process to find out if she's a witch or not?
God, it's just.
And she's like,
It's great.
he's like,
It's also the classic.
witches float something, and then he's like, how do you know she's a witch? And
She
it's just like,
turned me into a newt. A newt. I got better.
And then there's the other guy who's just like, look, she's got a witch's nose.
She
And then
clearly is
she
just
it's just like something on her face, and she pulls it off, and it's just like, they put it on me.
Yeah.
And it's like, is this true? And it's just like, Well, we added the nose and the hat, but she is a witch.
We added the nose and the hat, but it's just such a quality movie.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
We may argue, we may contest one another, but let's just all agree that Monty Python in Holy Grail.
I fart in your general direction.
Your mother smelt of
your mother was a
hamster,
hamster, and your father smelled of elderberries.
You may have to put subtitles for that. 'Cause I don't know.
Wasn't
if
intelligible.
viewers got that.
No.
Oh, also, like, there's, like, subtle stuff, like, with the French people. Like, a lot of times he'll say something in French or, like, something related to French or, like, something vaguely French, and then the guy won't understand what he's saying until he says it in English, which is just... God, I've watched this movie too many times. But
it's a good one.
It's maybe a little bit.
Do you guys like Life of Brian, too?
Why are you doing that? That's unnecessary.
What is happening?
Yeah, I have seen Life of Brian. I don't like it as much, but Life of Brian has some quality stuff. Like, like what have the Romans ever done for us? The aqueducts.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. Monty Python and the Holy
I'm
Grail.
gonna go back, and you guys can finish the podcast.
Oh, all right.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for coming, Pete. Is he gone?
No.
Did he leave?
He's not yet. Okay.
Lock the doors. I don't want to come back in.
I don't think I can lock a table.
Just hang out back there. I'll throw you the thumbs up. I mean, nothing.
I'm just gonna shove over here because that was a strange thing that just happened.
Well, that was our wonderful celebrity guest. I hope you all enjoyed him.
Yeah, he will never be arriving ever again. We kicked him out of the podcast. Sorry. Yeah. Anyway.
Budget cuts.
Yeah, we can't afford him. He has like a major salary, and we make no money from this.
His agent is a real piece of work.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something.
I have no idea.
Max
how he got
Steinberg, who also happens to be my cousin, but that is unrelated to the amount I dislike him.
It's weird that your cousin was extorting us for money.
Every family's got one.
You realize how easy it would be to make like a Jewish joke here. I'm gonna avoid it. I'm not.
Yeah,
gonna make
I was like hanging the bait right in front of you, and I was
I
gonna see if you were gonna take it.
I was like, I shouldn't. I have better self-control than that. Not so good self-control that I won't mention it, but good enough self-control that I won't make a joke because I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Glad we cleared that up then.
Yes.
Let's start wrapping this up. I did receive some complaints from people, and they're very understandable. And honestly, I think it just makes sense. We should probably start making these a little shorter, just because you people are busy, you got stuff to do, and probably don't care. Which honestly, it's like I get that, we get that. We just enjoy doing this. We hope you enjoy listening / watching it.
Yeah.
With that said, we'll probably start wrapping this up. Let's just kind of go over some closing things. I don't know. Since our special guest left, it's been very dry.
So that's the end of the podcast then. I guess Jake's dead now. That's happened. Bye, I guess. Cool.
Call the police. Call the 911.
I'm gonna have to get new co-hosts. I think Pete's going to jail now, and also I think Jake's dead.
Movies and stuff. Eating them up. Just 3 dudes. And something. We have a podcast. Please listen to it. This podcast. Another podcast.
Second. Yep. That hurt. Thanks for watching, everybody.